Hi Sam. Today, we're diving into the word
hoch,
hoch. What does that mean?
Great question.
hoch,
Means high in English. It's used in various contexts. For instance, you can describe something that is physically high, like a mountain, or metaphorically high, like a high price. The most common usage is to describe height.
Are there any false friends with this word?
Yes, actually. Some English speakers might confuse
hoch,
with hot. They sound similar, but they mean very different things.
Got it. Can you explain the grammar behind hoch?
Sure.
hoch,
Is an adjective, so it doesn't have a plural form or an article like a noun would. However, when you want to compare heights, you can say
höher,
for higher and
am höchsten,
for the highest. For example, you can say
der Berg ist höher als der Hügel.
which means the mountain is higher than the hill.
What about its past forms?
Well, since
Hoch,
is an adjective, it doesn't have past tense like a verb. But if we were using it in a sentence, we could say something like
die Preise sind gestiegen.
meaning the prices have risen.
Interesting. Where does the word hoch come from?
The word
Hoch,
has its roots in Old High German, where it was.
ho,
It has remained quite consistent in its meaning over the centuries, referring to height.
That's fascinating. How about breaking it down?
hoch,
Isn't a compound word, so we can't split it up like some others. It stands alone, but you can think of it as a building block for other words. For example, when you combine it with other elements, it can create phrases like
Hochhaus,
or high-rise building.
Oh, I see. Are there similar words we can explore?
Absolutely. Here are some examples. First, we have
Hochzeit,
which means wedding. It breaks down to
hoch,
for high-end,
Zeit,
for time, which you can think of as a high time for celebration. Next, there's
Hochschule,
meaning university, combining
hoch,
with
Schule,
or school.
What else?
There's also
Hochwasser,
which means flood. It combines
hoch,
with
Wasser,
or water. Then we have
Hochkommen.
which means to come up or to rise, and it's a separable verb. You can say,
Ich komme hoch.
for I come up.
That's really cool. Any more?
Sure. How about?
Hochladen.
Which means to upload. And then there's
Hochschätzen.
meaning to value highly. Finally, you could use
Hochleistung.
for high performance.
Wow, that's a lot of words. Can we practice some situations where I might use
hoch,
Definitely. Imagine you're at a restaurant. You could say,
Die Preise sind sehr hoch.
which means the prices are very high.
die Preise sind sehr hoch.
Perfect. Another scenario could be when you're talking about a mountain. You could say,
Der Berg ist hoch.
meaning the mountain is high.
Der Berg ist hoch.
Great job. Lastly, if you're discussing a building, you might say,
Das Gebäude ist das höchste in der Stadt.
meaning the building is the highest in the city.
Das Gebäude ist das höchste in der Stadt.
Excellent. Now, let's talk about gender memory hints.
Hoch,
a noun?
Not directly, but when you think of its usage in compounds like,
Hochzeit.
remember that it's feminine because of the ending.
Zeit.
You can visualize a bride wearing a high dress at her wedding.
That's a fun image. What are some usage notes I should keep in mind?
Hoch.
Can be used informally or formally, depending on the context. Some typical collocations include
Hochspringen.
meaning to jump high,
Hochleben.
meaning to live high, and
Hoch hinaus.
meaning to go high. Just be careful not to confuse it with
Heiß.
which means hot.
That's helpful. Can you give me some example sentences with
hoch,
Of course. First, you can say,
Die Wolken sind hoch am Himmel.
meaning the clouds are high in the sky. Another example is,
Mein Büro ist im höchsten Stockwerk.
which translates to my office is on the highest floor.
I like those.
Here's another.
Das Hochhaus steht in der Stadtmitte.
Means the high-rise is located in the city center. And you can say,
Die Preise sind in dieser Stadt hoch.
meaning the prices are high in this city.
Those are great examples.
Now, let's do a quick recall check. What does
Hoch.
mean?
It means high.
Correct. How do you say the highest in German?
am höchsten.
Yes, well done. Can you give me an example of a compound word with
Hoch.
Hochzeit,
perfect? How would you use
Hoch.
to describe something in a restaurant?
die Preise sind hoch.
Exactly. And finally, where does the word
Hoch.
Come from.
It comes from Old High German.
Fantastic, Sam. You really nailed it today. The key takeaway is that
hoch,
is a versatile word that can be used in different contexts to describe height, and it forms the basis for many other useful German words.
Thanks, Alex. I feel more confident using it now.
I'm glad to hear that. Keep practicing, and I look forward to our next lesson.